Hi, I'm Amelia and welcome to my channel Sew Amelia, where I share all about making a handmade wardrobe for me and my children. Welcome to this week's video, which is my reveal for the Sew Frugal 22 sewing challenge. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy the video where I share the patterns that I chose to make for the Sew Frugal challenge and how I got on with making these different free patterns. I did end up making 6 garments in the end, although 5 of those were for my children and they were very quick and easy sews. And because I was batch sewing for my boys, I always find that those projects end up taking a lot less time than you think. So I did manage to get quite a few garments sewn up for the Sew Frugal challenge in the end. Now we are hoping to go away for a little bit of a holiday over Easter, so a few of these garments were actually much needed in my children's wardrobes as my boys have grown out of all of their shorts and their t-shirts. So the first thing I made then was for my boys, and it was the Bobbins and Buttons Elasticated Waist Shorts. So here they are. I've got them on the same hanger because they're exactly the same. This is my younger son's pair, and I made them in a cotton chambray that I had left over from my Camden pinafore that I'd made before. And then here on the back of the hanger are my older son's pair. Now I measured my children carefully, of course, as you do before you sew, and these came up true to size. So I made the size 9 for my oldest son, who is about to turn 9. And then I made the size 5 for my younger son, who is about to turn 6, but his measurements placed him into the size 5, and he is small for his age, so that works perfectly. Now the only change I made to the pattern was I decided to top stitch the waistband elastic. Just with the amount that my boys run and move around in the day, I knew that the elastic was bound to get twisted in that waistband, so I just decided to add 2 extra rows of stitching in the waistband to just secure that elastic down so there's no risk of it turning and twisting around in that channel. This pattern came together so quickly. It was a really enjoyable sew. The instructions on the website were fantastic, very clear with lots of pictures, so if you were a beginner sewer and you wanted to get started on garment sewing, I can really recommend this one. It used hardly any fabric as well, which was amazing, so I can definitely go back and use this one for a few more pairs of shorts for my boys, using some more of my scrap fabric or remnants for their summer wardrobe. So I'm so glad I found that free pattern. It's excellent, totally can recommend this one if you've got some boys or girls in your life who need some easy summer shorts or spring shorts in their wardrobe. I did choose to make the short length for my pairs for my boys, but you can make I think it's just below the knee version as well if you prefer. And like I said, it's a unisex pattern. I believe it goes from age 2 through to 10 or 12. If you want more details on the pattern itself, do go back and watch my Sew Frugal video when I discussed the different patterns I was thinking of making. So that's the first thing that I made for the challenge, were these Bobbins and Buttons Elasticated Waist Shorts. Now I couldn't stop at shorts for my boys. They needed some t-shirts to go with it. They do go through t-shirts so quickly, and I had some fantastic fabric left over from when I made them pajamas. So I decided to use the same fabric again and make them a t-shirt. Now for this t-shirt I used the DIBY, or Do It Better Yourself, ABB, Anything But Basic t-shirt. Now it comes in boys, men's and women's sizes, so it's a great free t-shirt pattern you could use for the whole family. Certainly the boys version comes in a slim fit and a regular fit size. I chose to use the regular size for my boys. They prefer their clothes to be quite loose and comfortable, so I did make the regular size for them, but if you have a slim child, you could definitely make one to suit their particular body shape. Again, this one came together super quickly. The instructions were fantastic and it was a true to size pattern. Again, I made the size 5 for my little boy and I made the size 9 for my big boy. It was all made in this dragon print fabric that I had left over that I bought on Amazon for them. And then I had some blue cotton jersey left over in my stash from when I made my Freya top, and I used that for the neckband on my little boy's version. My big boy's version is the same. It's just a different colorway of that dragon fabric. And when I made their pajamas, I bought some of this cotton ribbing fabric, which I had some left over, and I used that for the neckband on his version. And in my stash, I had these beautiful labels by Little Rosy Cheeks, and I couldn't resist putting those on the t-shirts as well. So that was my second make for the Sew Frugal challenge, and I made those together at the same time. Again, came together super quickly. The DIBY Anything But Basic t-shirt. So the next thing I decided to make was a skirt for my little girl. As the weather gets warmer, we will hopefully be spending a little bit more time down at the beach. It's one of our favourite places to be as a family, and so I did decide to make her the Little Lizard King Everyday Play Skirt. Now, so many of you suggested that I should use the unicorn fabrics, and I'm going to have to go back and make that one again in the unicorn fabrics. But I did decide to go for this version with the beachy vibe fabrics in this blue, mainly because I had this little lace ruffle in my stash and I wanted to use it up, and I had this white cotton jersey that I also wanted to use up. But I will go back and make her a unicorn version of the same skirt, as I do think she would really love that. So you can see I chose 6 different fabrics and just cut a rectangular panel out of each of those, sewed them together, attached the jersey waistband, and voila, you have a little lovely comfortable play skirt for her to wear in the summer. Again, this one came together so quickly. The pattern instructions were fantastic, very clear pictures throughout, and it's just such an easy construction. It's rectangles of fabric gathered into a jersey waistband. I mean, it whips up so quickly, which is what you want for children's clothes. It whips up quickly, gets worn a lot, and then hopefully you can pass it on to the next child who's going to wear it. I loved using this ruffle as well on the bottom. I just think that makes it really fun and playful for the summer. So I'm hoping she'll get a lot of wear out of that one. She definitely fell into the size 2. She is 2 now, but she turns 3 this year. And so I do usually like to size up when I make her clothes so that she can get the most wear out of them. Because of the jersey waistband being quite fitted, I did decide to make the size that she is now, which is the size 2. And actually the jersey waistband is nice and fitted, but there is still lots of room in that as she grows. And actually it's relatively long on her. I think it's just below her knees. So there is definitely still room for growth in that, even though I made her size of this particular pattern. But I can definitely recommend this. Again, it's such a sweet skirt, and I really enjoyed making that for her. Now, I couldn't leave myself out of all of the frugal fun, so I settled in the end on making the Barcelona dress by Marijé DIY. I loved so many of the patterns that I shared with you in my plans video. I would like eventually to make more of those patterns, particularly the Tilda blouse. That's just such a beautiful pattern, and it's definitely still on my list. But I didn't get it made up this month. I made up the Barcelona dress instead. There was just something about this dress and the fabric combination and the gathered tears that just spoke to me, so I had to go with it. And here it is, my version of the Marijé DIY Barcelona dress. Now, I made it in this very beautiful soft viscose from Rainbow Fabrics. I don't think they have it in stock anymore, but there is a fabric that's very similar I've seen in their most recent fabric drop. So if I can, I will link that below. So the Marijé DIY Barcelona dress is actually a shift dress or a top. So the top has this beautiful V-neck at the front and at the back. It has a tie closure at the top, and then the shift dress goes straight down, and then there is obviously a top version that I think finishes around about your high hip. Now, a shift dress doesn't work for me, unfortunately. I love the look of them, but they don't work for my particular body shape. But when I saw this pattern, I thought it would be brilliant as a floaty summer dress. So what I decided to do was I cut the top off the pattern piece at my natural waist, and I added 3 tiers of skirt. I used an online tutorial to decide what length to make each tier, and I'll put that in the description box below. And it was just very straightforward, gathering each tier, sewing it into the level above, and then overlocking those raw edges. So again, another very quick, speedy make. This was brilliant as a beginner pattern. The instructions were good, they were very clear, it came together quickly, and I love the style of these straps. I think those little bows on your shoulder in the summer will look really nice. And in a viscose, it's got all of that swish that you just want in the hot weather. So I'm really looking forward to wearing this one when it's warm in the summer. Now, because I sometimes like to have things drawn in around my natural waist, I just decided to make a waist tie for that dress. So there is an optional waist tie that I can use to put around the waistline if I want to draw that in a bit and maybe make it look a little bit more formal for the evenings if we're out and about. But I do prefer it without, actually. I love just the floaty nature of it. And I think that that V shape of the neckline adds enough drama, and then the floatiness of the rest of the dress really balances out that style line. But I do have the tie if I should like to wear that one with the tie. So those were my Sew Frugal 22 makes. I hope you enjoyed seeing them. Before I sign off, I will very quickly share what I'm wearing today. I wore this in my week in sewing video and it got so much love that I thought I needed to wear it in a future video and share the details of the pattern for you all. It is the Nina Lee Bloomsbury blouse and I made it in a Lady McElroy cotton lawn that I bought from Minerva fabric. I absolutely love this blouse. It's a great one for the spring because even though it's got the high neckline, I made it in the cotton lawn, which is quite nice and light and floaty, and I actually made it in the 3/4 length sleeves with the ruffle on the end of the sleeves. I did also make the neck ruffle, and then I just chose to use the small ruffle because I just thought a large ruffle with all the other ruffles might just be too many ruffles. Is there such a thing as too many ruffles? Answers in the comments below. I don't believe it comes in Nina Lee's full extended size range yet, which is a real shame because it is a lovely, lovely blouse to wear. So I think unfortunately it is just in her sizes 6 to 20 in her original pattern sizes. But it is a lovely, lovely blouse. I do enjoy wearing it, and thank you for all of the lovely comments on it in my previous video. So thank you for watching today. If you did enjoy my Sew Frugal makes and this video, please do leave a like. And if you would like to become a regular viewer, please do subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be made aware of when I publish future vlogs. Thank you so much for all of your support of my channel, for leaving such lovely comments on my videos. I love chatting with you all in the comments below the video. It's lovely hearing what you're making as well, so do let me know what you ended up making for the Sew Frugal challenge. It's so inspiring hearing what other sewists are working on, and it gives me all sorts of ideas for future projects as well. So thank you. It's so lovely to be part of such a wonderful sewing community. So I hope you have a great week ahead, filled with lots of happy sewing, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Goodbye.